morning. Oh, look at that. You caught me. It is Tuesday, and you are with Northern Stamper. You have caught me checking out my new catalog. I am so glad that you joined me. Thank you. It is Takeaway Tuesday. Very excited. April the 12th. Takeaway Tuesday, and we're going to be using some amazing stuff with the Daisy whoop, Daisy Lane and the Punch. I'm looking forward to it. Make sure you have your package all ready. And those that are joining me, I want to make sure that you don't forget to comment and post your cards, because I will be doing a random draw for the Daisy Garden stamp set that is included in the annual catalog. You're going to love it. So here's me. I was checking out some of the new stuff in the new annual catalog. I am so excited. Wednesday I get my shipment. I am like waiting at the door already for the UPS guy. I don't know about you, but I'm always so excited whenever I know I'm getting a shipment coming in. So I'm glad you can join me. So I'm just checking out. I want to make sure everybody is there. So I wanted to show you a couple of things that I had received in the mail. I was quite excited. I even had this one hand delivered. It was very nice of Carol to drop this off. She gave me a cute little, super duper cute little treat box with a butterfly. Love the butterfly. And inside, she filled it. I have no idea how she knew this, but with my favorite treat, the little keto bombs in here. I was so excited. Thank you very much. And what I was so shocked with was this gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous card she created. I don't know if you can tell. This is all heat embossed in black. It is, absolutely a gorgeous card. Very, very nice. I am so impressed. I am so, I'm very shocked because I do appreciate it, and absolutely lovely, lovely, lovely card, and a great treat to go with it. I'm waiting for the treat for maybe a very quiet, beautiful day, maybe like today, to sit and have some tea and eat my little treat. Thank you again, Carol. I really appreciate it. I wanted to show you also what I received in the mail. So, hi Karen, how are you doing? Oh, Carol loves those keto bombs too. Karen, and thank you. All right, so I received this absolutely lovely card. I love it. It is fantastic. Cute little bee. It is great. And inside is, it even has an image on the inside. I would like to thank whoever sent it. It was sent anonymously. There is like no return address, no name. So whoever sent it, thank you very much. That bee and the daisies are so darn cute. Just in time for this month. Daisy, for very cute. Love it a lot. And I received a very happy birthday wish from my good friend Jennifer. And so she sent me this really super duper cute card. Check this out. You take off the little band and then it opens up. Isn't that great? I just love it. It is fantastic. And again, using some of my favorite items, designer series paper, the hand penned. I'm going to be sad to see it leave, but the new catalog has got new designer series paper in, and it is just lovely. So I just received one pack of the designer series paper, which I'm going to show you, and it is absolutely lovely. I'm going to show it to you once you're up on the camera mount. What it is with the designer series paper, it is always a lot more impressive in person than it is in the catalog. The catalog, you get an idea, but once you get it in your hand and you can actually see all the colors, it really makes a huge difference. It is fantastic. I am doing a paper share, so if you are interested, let me know. A paper share means I order all the paper and you get a little bit of each sheet of paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it 6 by 12. This actually comes 6 by 6, so you'll get a 6 by 6 of this. But I cut it 6 by 12 so that you can actually get more cards out of a 6 by 12 than you can a 6 by 6. Now this one, which is the teacup one that I'm going to show you, it comes just as 6 by 6, so you'll get a sheet of this and a sheet of this on the back. So you get two from each, like 2 pieces of each image paper in your paper share. But if you're interested in a paper share, sign up below and I'll send you some information. And it is $94. You get paper from 12 different packages. So it is a really good deal that way. So I will buy everything. I cut it, I package it, and everything like that. And I'm in, what is it, June? May. We are doing, sorry, I think I'm just losing track here. We are going to be making cards with designer series paper, so to give you some ideas what to do with these papers. So let me know if you would like part of that paper share, or if you need a catalog, just let me know. So I received my new stamp set from the new catalog, and it's called Uniquely Artistic, and I've been making a ton of cards with this. I love this, and I had to show you one of the cards I made. I was kind of want to make sure it's not upside down. I was making one of these cards, and this is all heat embossed here, just like Carol's card, heat embossed with black. And I just love this stamp set. So that is Uniquely Artistic, and this is one of the stamp sets we will be using in the upcoming June stamp camp. So we're not making this card, but I just wanted to show you what I've been creating with it. I've got a lot more, but I'm kind of holding those back to show you a little later in the month. So if you have any questions, let me know. So Takeaway Tuesday, we are here. Make sure you have your package. It is listed on April the 12th. And what you want is grab some of your inks. You either want like a crushed curry or a bumblebee, so some kind of yellow, or if you want a different color, go right ahead. I've actually made this card in yellow first. I'm going to change it up and make it in a little different color, but you can do whatever you like. Also, make sure that you have a type of green like Old Olive or Pear Pizzazz, okay? So you need kind of at least 2 colors for that. So give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Thank you, Faye, for joining me, and Joan and Sharon, I'm glad you could make it. So if you have any questions, pop them below. In the meantime, I'm going to put you up on the camera mount so you can take, I'm gonna show you some of the paper here that we have from that a teacup paper share that I'm going to be doing, okay? Oh, good morning, Mary Jane. I'm glad you could make it. All right, so just look away for a second if you get seasick or from a roller coaster or whatever. As I said, I don't have the most fancy-dancy setup, but I save all my money for all my stamps. So that's where my funds go. So as I mentioned, whoops, oh, I'm crooked. My name is Tina Kavergich, and you can always drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. Very simple. So I am located just east of Toronto in Ontario, and if you are anywhere in Canada, please drop me an email, and if you would like a catalog, I can send that out. Now we have upcoming Takeaway Tuesdays. May is already fully booked, as is June. So May and June is booked, but we're looking into July. Take a look at some of the events we have coming up, and make sure you sign up above for to get my newsletter, because I'm going to be showing you or placing in there a lot more events and activities that are coming up. So these are the, oops, let me just see, Tea Boutique 6x6 Designer Series paper. So I just was able to get this early. Like I said, my shipment is coming Wednesday, and I'm going to do a total unboxing to show you all the great stuff I have coming, I've ordered. So these have all the new in colors in here, and we are going to be using this in some of the card making that we got for May and June. So these are double-sided. So I love it. They are, I'm telling you, so much better in person than they are on camera or in the catalog. When you look at it in the catalog, you go, oh, that's nice. But once you get it, like at first I wasn't too thrilled with this because it's teacups. But now that I have it, wow, I am totally blown away. And I got to tell you, isn't this a gorgeous, gorgeous color? This is the new Oasis. Oh, hold on. Oasis, Orchid Oasis. Oh my goodness. I think this is my favorite color. Orchid Oasis. Absolutely fantastic. So there's Orchid Oasis. The green is the new Parakeet Party. Fantastic. Oh, good morning, Kathy from Alberta. I hope the weather is not too bad. I heard there's storms coming in northern Ontario. Oh, look at these colors. Isn't this fantastic? A nice yellow and green. And on this side there is beautiful, beautiful. This is fresh freesia. Like I'm telling you, the papers are to die for. Like fantastic. These, I'm just imagining Mother's Day cards with these, that's coming up. And there is a super cute tea boutique stamp set and dies for this. They are fantastic. Good morning, Kim, and your question about the punch. Yes, it is a new punch, and we will be showcasing it. It is lovely in linen, and that will be coming in July and August for my Takeaway Tuesday. Look at the colors on this. Absolutely fantastic. Like, can you not imagine the cards we can make with this, especially for Mother's Day? This, I think, is really, really going to be a huge hit. Oh my goodness, look at that. Parakeet Party. Party Parakeet. Just love it. These are going to make great Mother's Day cards. Oh my goodness. Like, this is the first time I'm going through these. I gotta say, I'm really impressed. So there's Starry Sky. Oh, this is Starry Sky. Oh, interesting. Oh, so those are some of the new in colors. And Sweet Sorbet, which is, I think in here, let's take a look for Sweet Sorbet. So there's a yellow. This is the Sweet Sorbet kind of color. Fantastic. Like, look at that. My goodness, look at those flowers. Oh, my goodness. All right. Okay, I've already got, like, a ton of ideas happening here. I don't know about you. But, as I mentioned, join me in a paper share. You get a little bit of everything from 12... I'm telling you, 12 different designer series packs, $94, and I will ship it out with a tracking number for you so it will not get lost. Or if you'd like to pick it up from my house, it will be $80. So let me know below if you would like that. Oh, Kathy's in the northern part. Oh, it's minus 11. Spring doesn't want to arrive. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Minus 11. Brr. So, are you ready? So, I wanted to show you a really good image of this. So, this is the uniquely artistic, oh my goodness, the stamp set. I am totally, totally in love with this. Now, this is a 2-stamp set. So, what you would do is you would stamp the first image. You can see the outlines on here, and then stamp with this other image. It looks like a little blob, but it looks actually very nice. So then it colors in the flower or the leaves, and it is just fantastic. So I will show you eventually what we are going to be making with this. Fantastic. Just love it. Great, great set. I got some huge ideas for this, so you want to keep on. Join my newsletter and let's take a look. So let's get away with Takeaway Tuesday. Hopefully you have your package with you. If not, just watch along and hopefully you will make the card with us. Now this is using, let's take these carefully out. So there's a little piece of ribbon and I don't want to lose my bling. Now there is using a punch and a stamp set with this, okay? So there is the Daisy Lane stamp set that we are going to be using. And I am actually going to be using the 2 punches. Now, the larger punch is currently, it is gone. It was on sale there for $19, but it is completely gone. But if you don't have that, that's okay, and you just have the smaller one. It is still active. You can purchase that, no problem. And I wanted to show you some ideas on what we can make with these sets. Now, even though Daisy Lane stamp set is not quite available anymore, I do want to show you cards that you can make with these, okay? So let's look in our package. So we have some little iridescent gems. We have those. There's a little bit of ribbon. We have a piece of crushed curry. This is going to be our mat. Oh, it is warm in the UK. Oh my goodness, 17 degrees, Amanda. You are so lucky. Oh, I bet you all the flowers are coming up. Oh my goodness. So we have that, and oh no. Please tell me that I put a piece of the basic white in your package. Oh dear, if I missed this step, I do totally apologize. There is supposed to be a piece of basic white on top here. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm just going to take it off from my card base so that we can continue with this card. I do apologize. Oh, I did have it in here. Oh my goodness, look, there's 2 pieces. Woo! All right. All right, so that's good. So that's what I had done. So 1/2, oh my goodness, I thought it was hiding. So there are 2 pieces of basic white. Look at that, they were attached, so oh, good thing I didn't cut it. So one is our card base, okay, so one is our card base. We're going to put that aside, and that will go with the mat, okay, so you have your mat and the card base. And right now we're going to take our little piece of designer series paper and just put this off to the side. And we're going to work with this piece of white, basic white cardstock here. So what we're going to do is we need to actually cut this in half. I put it together so that it would not get lost in the mail. So let's get our trimmer, and what we're going to do is we're going to trim this down to, excuse me, 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, so we're just going to trim down 1/2 of this, 3 3/4 and by 5. So let's get that going. Now, the reason we did that is because we want that to sit on top of the crushed curry. So let's double check. Yes, look at that. It does fit. So we have that set down. Okay, so that is for our card. I wanted to make sure that you have that. And this piece we are going to use, stamp some of our daisies on and punch them out. Okay, so give me a thumbs up when you're ready and you have cut your piece of basic white. All right, here I'm just losing myself all over the place here. So give me a thumbs up when you have cut that piece. I'm not going to move it too far away because I want you to be able to see what I cut it at. Okay, so there we go. Move these little pieces. Okay, all right. Whoops, the new DSP is kind of coming in. Actually, you know what? We could have used some of this new DSP in this card. It would look fantastic. But, oh my goodness. Wow, all right. I'm just totally squirrel. Okay, all right. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put this piece off to the side. And we are going to work with this other piece of basic white, and I am going to use polished pink because that's what I thought I'm going to grab. Make it a little different, but if you want your card to look the same as your matte piece, then this is Bumblebee. Grab a yellow, or like I said, it's going to look fine even if you use a different color. Okay, so I'm going to use the polished pink, and I wanted to show you at the very end. I'm going to show you both cards, one with the yellow and one with the pink in it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out from the Daisy Lane the small little daisy and the large daisy, and I'm going to put them on blocks. and we are going to stamp with them. So let's place that on a block. Okay, 1 and 2. Look at that. That fits right on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp 2 of the large one and 4 of the small one. Okay? So what I'm going to do is open up my ink pad. So sometimes people were saying that they have trouble opening these ink pads. So on this side, you see there's a little lip here, and you can kind of pry it off and everything. Don't stress about it. Go to the opposite end of where that little lip is. Just press, and it pops up by itself. Makes it easier to open up. Okay, so that's just a little trick. This weekend, I had my first in-class event. We had all my team members over, and we had a little crafting gathering, and it was so much fun. Yeah, it was so much fun. So I'm going to stamp these. Oh my goodness, look at that polished pink. Isn't the color? You can't go wrong with any of the colors. Just love it. So I'm going to place this on here. Okay, there we go. So I got 2 of the large ones. And, oops, this one's kind of falling off the block. Let's put it on, and we're going to stamp. Try and get 4 out of here. 1. That's okay. 2, 3, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and either get a scrap piece of paper, or I'll see if I can get some out of here for the 4th one. So you're going to do 4 of the little ones and 2 of the large ones. All right. So I have them all on there. Looks fantastic. That color is just stunning. Honestly, you can't go wrong with any of the color matches that they have. So I'm going to take my punch. This is the larger one. And I'm just going to kind of go around and center it. And then I will just pop that out. 1. All right, come on. Sometimes they get caught because of the little pieces, the little arms there. Let's do the next one. Okay, we're going to line that up. I love punches. I don't know about you. Comment below if you're a punch person or a die person. If you prefer to work with punches or dies. I love punches. I think they're so super simple. And I'm in the new catalog, they got a whole bunch of new punches. I'm so excited to get them. Oh, let's see. So it looks like because there's not enough room, I got to cut this up so that I can get in to get that daisy. Okay. One of the new punches that they have coming up, we're going to be using in the July and August Takeaway Tuesdays. I'm very excited. It is a label punch, and it is super, super great looking for a label. I'm quite excited to get it. So let's punch out all of our daisies. Doop, line those guys up. Here we go. And let's kind of go, I just kind of go around. I love my dies, but I think punches are much quicker. I agree with Amanda, punches are much quicker. So let's see if I can get one more out of here. So it kind of falls over, but you know what? I think I can hide some of those imperfections behind one of the other flowers. So I'm going to punch this guy out. That sounds kind of funny. So there we go. I can punch it out, and actually some of these I can hide behind some of the other flowers, so I'm not too worried about that. All right, so we got our little flowers here. Now, if you were making a bouquet, a 3D bouquet, you would do the same thing. You would punch out a whole bunch of these little flowers and place them together. So now I have them all together, and what I'm going to do is actually going to get, you can either use, I always call them convincing dots, but they are those adhesive dots, the little glue dots in between, to put your petals together. You could do that if you like. And what I'm going to do is just grab I'll show you one. I'm just going to grab one and I'm going to place one together. So this is the My Boo Boo one, so I'll put that on the bottom. And all I'm going to do is I've put the adhesive in the middle, right there. I don't know if you can see it. And then I'm going to put the other one on top and kind of splayed it a little bit like that. Okay, so it looks like a full daisy. Now you could do that with the glue dot, or you can take one of the dimensionals and place it on top, and it's going to make that other petals pop up a little bit more. So I'm going to do that on the large one, and I'm going to look to see, and I'm just going to pop it up. So it gives a little bit of height to that flower, and it looks really good that way. So I did one that is with the regular adhesive dot, and I'm going to do this one with the dimensional. And I'm going to actually do the next one with the dimensional too, because I really like how it stands up. So let's get those, and you just kind of move it so that they are splayed a little bit so that the flowers look a little fuller. So there we go. Very easy. These look fantastic. Now, if you were making a daisy bouquet with wires, like, you know, you put it in a vase, you would make about 30 of these all together, and exactly the same way. You would use your dimensionals and place them in to give them the height of the flower petal. So there we go. We have those 3 and got them off to the side. Don't those look great? I just love that. So give me a thumbs up when you have your flowers ready. We only need 3, okay? And what we're going to do next is we are going to move on to that piece of basic white. Remember, we cut the 3 3/4 by 5. What we're going to do is we're going to do some stamping on this, okay? And I am going to be using the Old Olive ink pad. Whoa, that one, whoa, that one was so, wow, did you see that? That was really funny. Okay, sorry, I can't get over laughing. So I opened up the ink pad, and in the stamp set, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking for this little piece of stem with the leaves on it, okay? And what I want to do is make 2 or 3 little stems on that. Now I'm going to be using the longer block, and now this is number H. There we go. So if you are looking to buy which blocks, there are some that are standard size that are always fantastic to get and get a whole bunch. There is block number C, which will fit this little guy, or block number D, which fit the larger one. And then beyond that, I would next get is block number H, which is this long one, as you can see. Between those 3, really, you don't need much more than that. So I'm here to help you, you know, make the most of what your purchase is. So I'm going to ink that up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp 1, okay, and then I'm going to do another one. Even though it's going to be a little lower down, that's okay, because this is going to be covered. And, you know, maybe I'll have another one off to the side here. So I'm going to do 3 for my 3 flowers. Okay, so there we go. Good morning, everybody. I'm glad you could check in. Okay, so I have those 3 stems stamped. Okay, now before I go any further, what I want to do is I want to get my designer series paper, and I'm going to be covering the bottom. But I'm just not going to be covering it and with a straight edge. No, let's do a little ripping. So I'm going to take my paper and I'm ripping it away from me. So I'm ripping the right side away because I don't want to see the white edge. So there's 2, you can either split it right in half, or you can use the one with the white edge or the one without the white edge. It is totally up to you. Even though this is long, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it down and then cut off what is overhanging. So I'm going to find out how much I want to cover of my stems, but I want to have enough that I can have my flowers up on the top. See? Just like that. So I have this on the bottom, so what I'm going to do is add a little bit of adhesive just along the top. Come on, let's go. There we go. A little bit there. And I'm just going to clear that little boo-boo spot I have right there. I don't know if you read in one of my articles, I wrote about a lot of people always say to me, oh, I can't make cards, or, you know, it's not good enough. When I make the cards, they don't turn out. I talked about imperfection and how making a card, the best thing is it being imperfect, because that's what makes a card. So I have this now ripped off. Doesn't that look great, that little edge? I trimmed off what was overhanging, so I have a little bit hanging over, like on the bottom. And what I'm going to do is actually get my string, right? So I got my string here. I'm actually going to double it over. There we go. And actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to double the string over. And I'm going to make a little knot with both pieces of string, right? Just like that. Not going to make it really tight, but what I'm going to do is when I glue it to the back, I'm going to pull the two pieces apart, and you're going to see that. So I'm going to bring that across where that yellow is, a little bit higher. I'm going to pull these two apart, bring them around the back, and just tape it down. I find it easier working with it just taped down than adding the glue, and then there we go. So, and that's what I'm going to do is I splayed it on one side, and I'm going to do that on the other side too. Kind of pull it apart so that there's space in between, and then tape it down. So I just made a basic knot there and just pulled them apart. So doesn't that look great? And it's the same color as the ink that I used. There we go. Okay. So we're not quite done stamping yet. We need to add our sentiment. And you can use whatever sentiment. I'm actually going to stamp right on this card. But if you want, you have a punch or something, you can add it, whoops, to the bottom here if you like. And I'm just going to put it right in there. And I'm going to use the word smile. So I'm just going to pop that on there. And I think I'm going to use, I could use green if I want to pull up the color from the leaves and the ribbon. Or I can use the polished pink from the flowers. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. Let's see if I can do this again without it flying off. There we go. Nice and easy. So I'm going to ink that up and pop it on there. There we go. And that kind of makes it, I think, stand out a little bit more. You can also use black if you prefer. Now what's going to happen is these flowers are going to be placed on top. There we go. Remember I had my boo-boo flower? I'll take that and just kind of tuck him underneath somehow. There we go. There we go. Or I could flip them around. Put my boo-boo flower over there. There we go. Somehow like that. And we'll just put them in like that. So that's how it's going to sit together on the card. In the meantime, let's do some gluing. So I'm going to take my flowers off. I have my ribbon now attached to the front of the card so I can glue down my card. Right, there we go. Are you still with me? Hope you are. Hope I'm not going too fast for you. Okay, I've glued that down. Oh, this is sticking up a little bit. Let me get a little convincing dot there. And I'll convince it to stay down. There we go. Oops, come on. Just pop that underneath. There we go. And we are going to place this on the card base. So it has, I don't know about you, but I love to see those matte edges all the way around. I love it. Just think it's fantastic. Okay, so we have this all matted onto the card there. Okay. Fantastic. Look at that. Oh, I'm just so excited. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. This is all coming together. I love it. And I'm going to glue these down. Okay, I'm using my Seal Plus. I prefer the Seal Plus because it seems to stick a little bit better. So once I put it down, liquid glue is fantastic too. The Tombow, the liquid glue here, fantastic glue for the price. Great, great product for that price. But for me, I just love the Stamp and Seal. I don't know. Some people don't, but that's okay. Everybody has their preference. I love it because it's easy. It actually sticks really, really well. So let's get that last one on here. There we go. Now in there, oh my goodness, look at that. In there you can add your iridescent gems. You can either place it on top of the flower or on your card if you like. Let's just add a little bit, kind of 1, 2, we'll just add a few and just, where should it go? I don't know. Should it go there? Oh, looks good there. Okay, and just add some of those iridescent gems to that. Just make it a little sparkle. Now, you can also add Wink of Stella to your flowers. You can brush that on, but be very careful that you don't paintbrush it too much, because the Wink of Stella actually will make the ink run a little bit like paint. So just be very careful when you add the Wink of Stella. Okay, so I'm going to add a few to some of these petals. There we go. Add that on. Wink of Stella to everything. Makes everything sparkle. There we go. Now, let's decorate a bit of the inside of the card. If you have a little bit of this left over, let's see if we can rip this off. I'm going to see if I can do that, and I'm going to add this piece to the inside of the card as decoration. There we go. Look at that. Oh, opening the card. And I can put that on the bottom with a little bit of glue. Come on. I don't know. How many of you actually decorate the inside of your card? Ah, that's a good question. Just add a little bit there. There we go. And maybe we'll add a little flower. Where's my ink pad? I'm going to add a little flower. There we go. There we go. Just add a little bit. And don't forget, when you mail your card, don't forget to stamp the outside envelope. Ooh, let's add a sentiment to the inside. We need a sentiment. So let's do that. Just going to move that off. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment in black. I like to think if I stamp my envelopes, gives the mailman something to look at, since they have such a tough job just sending out that mail. There we go. So we have decorated the inside a little bit. Oh. And there is the outside. Oh, you guys didn't get any gems? Oh my goodness. Oh, are you sure? They might be tucked in somewhere, maybe in between somehow. Or maybe they came in last week's package, but I think I put some in. If not, just grab whatever you have around and just add it on. So there you go. What do you think of that card? Very, very simple. And as I'm looking at that new designer series paper, look at that. We could have added that. Oh, that one with the flowers would have done really well. Where'd it go? Oh, yeah. See, that one with the little flowers would have matched. Look at that. That would have matched. Some of these would have turned out really great with the new designer series paper. So there you go. Very simple card. No gems. Okay, I do apologize about that. I thought I had popped them in. So let me say goodbye properly. Whoops. And whoop. If you have any questions, please drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. Otherwise, I will see you next Tuesday when we will make another daisy card. In the meantime, Let's go out and have some tea. Enjoy the sunshine if it's sunny. If it's cold where you are, like -11, take your tea and just sit by the window. Anyways, I'll see you next time. It is time for treats. I'll have a great time, and let me know what your card looks like. Don't forget to post it. Have a great day. Bye.